Good evening and welcome to a fabulous Friday night in Sheffield. This is the climax of day 3 of the World Seniors Championship, and tonight we have 4 legends of the game going toe-to-toe. By the end of the evening, it means we will have completed the lineup for tomorrow's quarter-finals. And remember, this is the very last weekend of live action of the entire season, and it's about to start in style. If you've missed 1 or 2 of the sessions so far, here's how the draw is shaping up this year at the Crucible. Some brilliant matches to come tomorrow. Gerard Green will be playing Ben Hancorn after he came through a nail-biting decider against Peter Lyons. Our first match of the evening, Stephen Hendry or Darren Morgan playing Alfie Burden, who steamrolled his way past Ken Doherty in impressive fashion. Jimmy White and Philip Williams will contest the last place available for the quarters after Adrian Ridley made his journey from Australia worthwhile earlier this afternoon, and Tony Drago taking on Mark Davis. So, to tonight's first match. Both the guys waiting backstage are global winners. Darren Morgan and Stephen Hendry know each other's games inside out and back to front. And guess what? They're up for it tonight. Stephen, you have put in an epic shift here at the Crucible. Have you got any energy left?
I'm not sure. It is flagging, I'm not going to lie. Huge 17 days, as you know, at the World Championship. And the Senior Championship is although very important, sometimes it's hard to get your enthusiasm up. But listen, we're in the Crucible Theatre, and that's what it's all about. So to walk out there, it still gives you goosebumps.
And it's a great rivalry you've got with Darren. I've got a question for you. I don't know whether you'll know the answer to this. Can you remember, according to Q Tracker, the very first time you met in a professional recorded match?
No.
New Zealand Masters 1988 quarter-final. I mean, this is a sporting relationship and friendship that literally dates back 35 plus years.
I actually beat him and I couldn't walk because I injured both my feet in a prank with Mike Hallett. So I had my feet in an ice bucket, I had acupuncture, everything. So I actually beat Darren when I couldn't walk.
Wow, that's punchy. That's tasty talk ahead of this match. And speaking of tasty talk, Alfie Burden lies in store for the winner of the match between yourself and Darren, and he was in ebullient mood after his victory. I think he's up for it, whichever of you comes through the draw.
I'd expect nothing less from Mr. Burden. Great result against Ken Doherty, beating Ken 3-0. Fantastic result. So why wouldn't you be confident? Yeah, I mean, whoever comes through it with Darren and I, we've got a tough match against Alfie.
Well, listen, we're really looking forward to it. Best of luck, and hopefully the feet are okay this time.
Yeah, I can walk now, that's the problem.
Well, Darren, you've arrived here in a rich vein of form. You've got quite a few amateur titles under your belt at the moment.
Yeah, I've got a few there. I'm still reigning Welsh Amateur Champion and European Seniors Champion and World Seniors Champion. So obviously the last one I won, I think, was in November. So it's been been a little bit of a while. But I did have a bit of a breakthrough this January at my first maximum in a match, which was really funny at 56 years of age. When you think of all the years I've been playing and never did do one in a match, done loads in practice. So, yeah, so I'm still ticking certain boxes, every so often.
And this is a great occasion. I'd forgotten until I checked on Q Tracker that you've played 3 World Championship quarter-finals against Stephen. It just seemed, for that period in the 90s, year upon year upon year, it was you against Hendry.
Yeah, as a professional, he wasn't. We were good friends, I was usher at Stephen's wedding, and he was just one of them players. I just got him in that period of time. Really, when I was top 16 in the world, he was #1. Then when I was top 8 in the world, he was #1. If the draw panned out and you went through, I always got him either last 16 or quarter-final. And unfortunately for me, at the start of our encounters, I was 2-1 up in matches, and then I had a heavy run of losses, like most players did, to be fair to him. I mean, he was just, you forget how good the man was. But we played a couple of years ago here in the seniors, and I did get a very, very small bit of revenge back in beating him. But, he's a class act, always has been, always will be.
And therefore, it means that this is a great match to watch because you know each other's games inside out, back to front.
Yeah, well, look, you know, we talked about the World Championship three-quarter final. Like, I remember him, I was defending champion, the Irish Masters. You know, I'd just beaten Steve Davis the year before, went back the year after to defend, got the final, and I lost to Stephen Hendry 9-8 on the final black after having a 50-odd break in the final frame and looking like I was going to win. And that sort of would have broke the deck a little bit. I think I went, I don't know, it must have been 12 to 16 times on the trot, whereas he beat me 6-5, you know, 5-4. It was just one of them. Whenever he needed to find that extra gear, for some reason, he always did against me. I used to get the opinion that we were really good friends, but deep down, maybe he didn't like me so much, you know?
Well, listen, I'm looking forward to the match. It's going to be a great encounter, especially with you bringing good form with your various amateur titles. Let's look forward to a brilliant encounter.
Be a good one.
It really is going to be a great match, this one. Here we go then, our first live encounter on an atmospheric Friday night. By the way, we've never had a crowd as big as this for any session of senior snooker, so they are about to take the roof off here at the Crucible as we welcome a man who made the semi-finals here back in 1994. Former World Seniors Champion, current European Seniors Champion, the pride of Wales, the one and only Darren Morgan. Great walk-on tune as well, by the way. And now to the second most decorated player in history, winner of 36 ranking titles, and of course, 7 times the king of the Crucible. Here he comes, the one and only Stephen Hendry.